Have you ever knelt down, wept, and begged for a financial miracle, only to feel like your words hit the ceiling and bounced back empty, leaving you with the sensation that heaven is silent in the face of your debts? Why do you, who seek me with such sincerity, who try to be a good person, keep looking at your bank account and feeling the crushing weight of scarcity, while others seem to attract prosperity without effort, as if the universe is playing in their favor and against yours? The truth that few have the courage to speak, and that traditional religion has hidden from you for centuries to keep you submissive, is that your poverty is not a test of humility. It is not a cross you must bear, and it is certainly not a divine punishment. I created the universe through the word, through frequency, through the law you now call the law of attraction, and yet, they allowed you to believe that scarcity is my will for your life, making you feel guilty for desiring abundance. But there is an ancient secret, a spiritual technique that was distorted by time, hidden in the subtext of a story you think you know, but have never truly understood in its quantum and vibrational essence. And the reason your manifestations fail, the reason your faith wavers and desperation knocks on your door every morning, is not a lack of prayer, nor a lack of effort. It is something much deeper, an invisible spiritual signature you renewed without knowing, a vibrational contract with suffering that is about to be broken and annihilated in the next few minutes. Prepare your heart, because what I am about to reveal to you goes against everything you were taught about suffering as a virtue and the idea that money is dirty or distant from the spiritual. I am about to hand you the master key, the exact vibrational frequency that David used not only to defeat a physical giant, but to crush the structure of scarcity that haunts your lineage and your mind. But for this technique to instantly crush your debts in the spiritual plane and begin to collapse the material illusion, you must be willing to abandon the greatest lie ever told about your relationship with me and with prosperity. Stay with me until the end. Pay attention to every word. For the revelation about the true meaning of the stone and the secret of time in the spiritual kingdom will change your financial reality forever, revealing why the giant is already dead. Even if your eyes have not yet seen the body fall, I know you are tired. I see your sleepless nights. Those hours of the early morning when the silence of the house is interrupted only by your agitated breathing and the mental calculator that never stops spinning, adding up interest, due dates, and the feeling of failure. I see the tears you hide from your children, from your spouse, or even from yourself, because the shame of debt has created an invisible prison around you. You are between 40 and 60 years old. You look at your trajectory and feel that time is running out, that the window of opportunity for wealth and financial peace has already closed. You have tried the law of attraction, read books, made affirmations, but when the credit card bill or the mortgage statement arrived, doubt devoured your faith. You asked yourself, am I not worthy? Has God forgotten me? Is manifestation just an illusion for others, but not for me? I am here today, speaking directly to your spirit, to tell you that your faith has not failed. It has only been directed toward the size of the giant, instead of being directed toward the size of your Creator. Just like when your grandmother, that woman of unshakable faith who crossed borders from Brazil to build a life here in the States, used to seek me in the early hours with her coffee on the kitchen table, facing the hardships of a new country, but with a heart firm in hope. Today I ask you to reclaim that same essence, that deep root that runs through your veins and that no economic crisis can dry up. The law of attraction is not a modern invention, my son, my daughter. It is my breath. It is the way I weave reality. In Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24, I left it recorded that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. What you call vibration, the universe calls frequency, and I call it faith. Faith is not a blind belief in the dark. Faith is the absolute certainty that the three-dimensional reality is just an echo, a shadow of a state of consciousness that has already been established in the invisible world. When you look at your debts and feel fear, you are using the law of attraction perfectly, but you are attracting more reasons to fear. You are watering the seed of scarcity with the water of your emotion. The giant Goliath was not just a Philistine of almost 10 feet tall. He was the personification of your 3D reality, shouting threats, demanding your attention, trying to paralyze your inner army. The camp of Israel, which represents your mind and your body, was paralyzed. They looked at Goliath and said, It's impossible. He is too big. We are too small. Our debts are too big. The economy is bad. Our age no longer allows for fresh starts. They were hypnotized by the illusion of the senses. But then David steps in. David was not a warrior trained in the arts of conventional warfare. David was a shepherd, someone who understood the cycles of nature, someone who lived in direct connection with the frequency of the Creator. When David looked at Goliath, he didn't see a monster. He saw a target. He saw an opportunity for the glory of God to manifest. The first key to the David and Goliath technique to instantly crush your debts is this. You need to stop looking at debt as a threat to your survival and start looking at it as a target for your expansion of consciousness. Debt is just stagnant energy. It is a cry for help from your vibrational field, asking you to take your place of authority. David said to Saul, "The Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine." Pay attention to this. David did not focus on the giant. He focused on the lions and the bears he had already defeated in secret, in the desert, in solitude. Your daily life, the small miracles you have already lived, the times I provided yesterday's bread, are the smooth stones you must collect in the river of your memory. In 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 37, David declares his confidence based on what I have already done. The law of attraction demands that you feel the emotion of the desire already realized. How can you feel the emotion of financial freedom if your memory is filled only with the trauma of bankruptcy and fear? I am asking you today, change your focus. Remember what I said in John chapter 10 verse 10, where I clearly stated that I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. Scarcity does not come from me. Fear comes from the enemy of your soul, who desires to steal, kill, and destroy your peace. But how do you execute this technique in practice, in your day-to-day life, when the phone rings and it's the debt collector? How do you maintain faith when the law of attraction seems not to respond? This is where most of you stumble. You make the affirmation in the morning, but you live in the vibration of lack during the day. You ask for prosperity, but you complain about the price of gas at the pump. Your frequency is a chaotic mix of desire and desperation, and the universe, which is a faithful mirror, returns only confusion. David went to the river and chose 5 smooth stones. Why 5? Because manifestation demands the alignment of your 5 physical senses with spiritual vision. The smooth stone represents the absence of friction, the mind that does not resist, the heart that holds no grudges, especially grudges against yourself for creating the debts in the first place. The first step to crushing debt is financial forgiveness. You need to forgive yourself. I have already forgiven you, but you need to forgive yourself. Guilt is a dense, heavy vibration that keeps you chained to the past. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 13, I tell you to forbear one another and forgive one another. Even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. When you forgive yourself for financial mistakes, for wrong investments, for unemployment, you smooth the stone. You remove the sharp edges of guilt. From that moment on, the stone is ready to be placed in the sling. The sling, or the pouch, represents your mental focus, your pineal gland, the eye of your soul. It is there that energy is accumulated. The second step is anticipatory gratitude. David did not run toward the valley thanking God for surviving. He ran thanking Him for the victory that was already consummated in the Spirit. The law of attraction does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are and what you feel. If you feel lack, you attract more lack. If you feel gratitude for the freedom that has not yet materialized in the physical world, you collapse the quantum wave and bring that reality into the now. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 18, I command you that in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. It is not hard to be thankful when the bill is paid. The true test of faith, the true act of manifestation, is to look at the debit notification on your cell phone and say, "Thank you, Father, because you are already providing the solution, and I can already feel the relief." This confuses the giant. This makes the enemy's army tremble, because you have stepped out of the matrix of fear and entered the frequency of the kingdom. The third step is the declaration of identity. David shouted to Goliath, "Thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear, and with a shield. But I come to thee, in the name of the Lord of hosts. Your identity is not indebted. Your identity is not someone who is trying to get out of the red. Your identity is beloved child of the Creator of gold and silver. In Haggai chapter 2, verse 8, I say, the silver is mine, and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts. If I am the owner of everything, and you are my heir, why do you accept living like a beggar in my palace? When you change your identity, your vibrational signature changes. Debts have no way to sustain themselves in an energetic field that operates at the frequency of divine royalty. Scarcity is allergic to your true identity. The fourth step is inspired action. David ran toward the battle line. Manifestation is not sitting on the couch waiting for money to fall from the sky. It is acting, but acting from inspiration, not from desperation. When you act out of fear, you force doors. When you act with faith, doors open. James chapter 2 verse 17 reminds us that even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. But what works? The works that I whisper in your heart. The sudden idea to call someone, the desire to learn a new skill, the courage to sell something that is stored away. The law of attraction brings opportunities to your door, but faith demands that you get up and open the door. The fifth step, and the most important, is letting go. David spun the sling and released the stone. He didn't stand there holding the stone, wondering if it would hit the target. He trusted. Most of you say the prayer, make the decree, and then spend the whole day anxiously checking your bank account every 5 minutes, doubting if it will work. This is like spinning the sling and never releasing the stone. The stone gets stuck, the energy stagnates, and the giant keeps laughing. You need to let go. You need to rest in the certainty that the work is done. In Hebrews chapter 4 verse 10, I say that he that is entered into his rest, he also hath ceased from his own works, as God did from his hell. Financial rest begins in the mind. Unshakable peace in the midst of the storm is the greatest sign that the manifestation has already occurred. I know your human mind, conditioned by the logic of a fallen world, raises its hand and says, but Lord, the debt is real. The interest doesn't stop. Time is short. I see your anxiety, especially you who have passed 50 and feel that the world does not forgive the mistakes of the past. But I ask you, who created time? Who created mathematics? I am not limited by your Excel spreadsheets or your credit scores. I am the IMO. The instantly I promised in this video refers to the spiritual plane. The moment you align your frequency, the moment you forgive, give thanks, and let go, the debt dies in the invisible world. The giant falls. What you see in the physical world is just the echo of the sound of the fall. It may take days, weeks, or months for the echo to reach your ears, for the creditors to forgive you, for an unexpected opportunity to arise, for the money to flow. But the battle has already been won. David didn't need to fight Goliath after the stone hit the forehead. He just walked to the body, took the giant's sword, and cut off his head. Your task now is to walk confidently through the valley, knowing the giant is already dead, and just collect the spoils of victory, so that you do not get lost in this crossing of the valley, so that you have a practical manual on how to keep this vibrational frequency high every day. I placed a detailed guide in your hands. The ebook Attract Divine Abundance was inspired by me to be your daily compass, a map to integrate these spiritual principles into your routine, helping you overcome emotional barriers and renew your faith when tiredness strikes. It was designed exactly for your reality, for your challenges, with practical exercises of quantum and biblical alignment. You can find it right now. Just look at the first pinned comment right below this video, or scan the QR code that appears on your screen. It is the extension of this moment of revelation, the tool so you don't forget who you are when the video lights go out. Let's talk about the illusion of age and time. You look in the mirror and see the marks of years of struggle. You think, it's too late for me, but I laugh at the limitations of your calendar. Abraham was 100 years old when the son of the promise was born. Sarah had passed the age of childbearing. Moses was 80 years old when he began his mission to free the people. Your age is not an obstacle. It is your greatest advantage, because now you have the maturity to understand that strength is not in your arm, but in your connection with me. The law of attraction does not demand that you be young. It demands that you be authentic, that you be vulnerable, that you recognize your dependence on the Creator. Your emotional resilience, forged in the fire of adversity, is the fertile soil where the seeds of abundance will germinate with more strength than ever. Think of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. This is not a pretty poem to be read at funerals. It is a quantum decree. I shall not want means that the entire universe is conspiring to supply my needs. But note that the verse does not say I shall not want if I worry all day. It says I shall not want because He is the shepherd. The shepherd guides, the shepherd protects, the shepherd provides. Your part is to be the sheep. The sheep does not work 24 hours a day to guarantee its pasture. The sheep rests, trusts, and follows the shepherd's voice. Why do you try to be the shepherd of your own financial life? Why do you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders when I invited you to rest in me? In Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, I said, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Financial overload is a sign that you have stepped out of the boat and are trying to walk on the waters with your own strength. Get back in the boat. Return to the frequency of grace. The David and Goliath technique is, in its essence, the technique of vibrational substitution. You do not expel fear by trying not to think about it. That only makes it bigger. You expel fear by introducing a higher frequency, like gratitude, like love, like the certainty of your divine identity. When light enters the room, the darkness doesn't need to pack its bags and leave. It simply ceases to exist. When the frequency of divine abundance enters your mind, scarcity has no way to survive. It dissipates. It is instantaneous in the plane of ideas. I want you to do an exercise with me now. Wherever you are, close your eyes for a moment. Breathe deeply. Feel the air entering your lungs. That air is my spirit, my life flowing in you. Now, bring to your mind the image of your greatest debt, your greatest Goliath. Look at it. Do not run from it. Look it in the eyes. And now, see yourself not as the frightened victim, but as David, with the sling in hand, full of the glory of the Lord. See the stone of gratitude being spun. Feel the emotion of relief. Smell the scent of freedom. Feel the knot in your chest disappearing. Hear your own voice saying, "It is paid. It is resolved. I am free." Feel this so deeply that your physical body reacts. Let the tears fall, not of sadness, but of relief. Release the stone. Let it fly. Watch it hitting the giant's forehead, and watch him falling. Now, open your eyes. The giant has fallen. From today on, you will no longer negotiate with fear. You will only walk toward victory. Your journey of spiritual renewal is not about stopping being practical. It is about being practical from a higher perspective. It is about paying your bills with the excellence of someone who knows they are a steward of the kingdom, not a slave to the system. It is about working with the joy of someone who knows the result is already guaranteed. The law of attraction is the tool. My word is the manual. Your heart is the altar. When the three are aligned, there is no giant that can remain standing. You might be thinking, "But Lord, what if I fail again? What if I try to manifest and the debt is still there tomorrow?" I tell you, manifestation is a calibration process. If your radio is out of frequency, you don't break the radio. You just adjust the dial. If doubt comes, do not condemn yourself. Doubt is just an old thought trying to regain its space. Observe the doubt, smile at it, and say, "Thank you for your opinion, but I have already chosen my new reality." Return to the smooth stone. Return to gratitude. Persistence in faith is not about never doubting. It is about always returning to the truth. In 3 John chapter 2, I express my greatest desire for you. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. Pay attention to the order. First, the soul, the well-being of your soul, the peace of your mind, the renewal of your faith. When your soul prospers, when you heal your emotional wounds, when you forgive your past, the rest is added. Financial prosperity is a byproduct of the prosperity of the soul. You don't attract money to be happy. You are happy, you are at peace, you are aligned, and money is attracted as a natural consequence of your light. Therefore, I insist that you take the next step. Do not let this video be just another moment of passing emotion. Emotion without action is like the stone that is not thrown. The ebook Attract Divine Abundance, which is in the pinned comment and the QR code, is your training ground. It is there that you will learn to shield your mind against the daily attacks of scarcity. It is there that you will find the prayers and quantum decrees to keep your frequency high. It is there that you will discover how to integrate spirituality into your financial management, transforming the act of paying bills into an act of circulating blessings. I prepared this material for you, for your age group, for your reality, for your specific struggles. Do not ignore this call. Your financial life is the thermometer of your spiritual life. Not in the sense that if you are poor, it is because you sinned, but in the sense that your external reality is an exact reflection of the limiting beliefs you still allow to inhabit your interior. If you still believe, deep in your heart, that money is the root of all evil, you will unconsciously sabotage your own prosperity to stay away from evil. I need you to renew your mind, as it says in Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Discover that money is just energy. It is a tool of love, of expansion, of healing. When you see money as a tool to do good, to bless your family, to help your neighbor, you remove the block. You smooth the stone. David did not kill Goliath out of hatred. He killed him out of love for his people, out of love for God's promise, out of love for the truth. When you seek abundance not out of greed, but out of love, to restore peace in your home, to have the freedom to serve your neighbor without the chains of debt, all of heaven moves in your favor. The universe does not deny resources to those who have pure intentions. The law of attraction is blind to human morality, but it is profoundly sensitive to the vibration of love and gratitude. I want you to remember Philippians chapter 4, verse 19. But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. Note that I said all, not some, not the ones you deserve. All. My wealth is unlimited. My creativity is infinite. The ways I can deliver the financial solution to you go beyond your imagination. It could be through an unexpected forgiveness, a brilliant idea, a casual encounter, a healing that allows you to return to work, a door that opens where there was only a wall. But you need to have your spiritual eyes open. You need to be in the frequency of positive expectation. The David and Goliath technique is the technique of bold expectation. It is the courage to enter the valley knowing the victory has already been written. It is the refusal to accept the world's diagnosis. The world says, you are bankrupt. Your soul says, I am the heir of the universe. The world says, there is no way out. Your soul says, I am the way, the door, and the truth. When you anchor your identity in my word, the giant has no choice but to fall. Quantum physics proves what spirituality has always known. The observer alters reality. When you change the way you observe your financial life changes. Do not be afraid to dream big. Your debt may be gigantic, but my grace is greater. Your shame may be deep, but my love is deeper still. I am not looking at your bank balance. I am looking at your heart. I am looking at your willingness to trust, to let go of control, to surrender your life to me. Surrender is not weakness. It is the greatest force in the universe. It is when you stop fighting with your own human weapons that my spiritual weapons come into action. Now, I give you a task. For the next 21 days, you will practice the smooth stone technique. Every morning, upon waking, before looking at your cell phone, before remembering the problems, you will remember a past victory. You will give thanks for the freedom that is already yours. You will declare your identity as a beloved child. You will live the day as if the debt no longer existed. You will pay what you can with joy, and you will negotiate what you cannot with peace, without fear, without shame. You will surprise the universe with your unshakable confidence, and you will see, day after day, the giant losing strength, the echo of the fall approaching, until the miracle manifests in such a tangible way that you will have no doubts that it was I. I am with you. I never left you, even when you thought I was distant. I was in the valley with you. I was holding your hand in the nights of insomnia. I was blowing ideas into your mind that you ignored because of fear. Now, lift your head. The battle is the Lord's. The giant is just an illusion of your unhealed fears. The stone is in your hand. The sling is ready. The target is in front of you. Spin the sling, feel the emotion, release the stone, and walk toward your freedom. Divine abundance is not just a destination, it is your birthright. Claim it, manifest it, live it, and never again doubt the power that dwells within you. For I dwell in you, and together we are invincible. Go in peace, and watch the mountains move in your favor.